All right. So whether you are a massage therapist looking to save your hands, a personal trainer wanting just better movement out of your clients, or someone looking to launch a brand new career in body work, you are in the exact right place right now. You're in the right place, okay? So tonight, we are laying the groundwork for a highly effective premium modality, stretch therapy. I know you've heard of stretch therapy and the benefits that it have for people who are in chronic pain, people who are post-operation, people who are just overall stiff, for athletes. Stretch therapy is on the rise for the past 10 years. We are moving away from old school passive pulling and moving into actual neurological and anatomical foundations of assisted mobility. So it's more than just putting people into a position, holding it, or it's just more just dynamic movements. It's more to stretch therapy than what is marketed on social media. All right. This session is designed to give you the exact theory you need so that you can fully maximize our upcoming live lessons. We're going to go over gait, posture, and stretch assessments, and also a squat assessment that can help you identify dysfunctions within the body. Okay, I want to switch over to my presentation screen. You should still be able to see me. All right. So before we dive in, I want to see who is in the room today. So type your current role into the chat. Are you a massage therapist? Are you a personal trainer? Are you a physical therapist? Or are you looking to start a new career? Put into the chat what you're doing right now. I'll put into the chat. I call myself a manual therapist. I call myself a manual therapist. But within my manual therapy, I utilize stretch therapy, I utilize massage therapy, cupping, muscle scraping, a little bit of biohacking. I love hydrotherapy, red light therapy. It's a lot of things that I incorporate within my practice. So put into the chat, what do you do right now? All right, I see massage therapist. I'm in another chat right now, you guys. So as you're typing, I'm also looking at another chat, okay? So I see stretch therapists, nice. I see some massage therapists, cool. I love that. Okay, I see some students who are just starting in body work and they're looking for other options other than massage therapy. That's cool. Right? So believe it or not, I started off as a personal trainer, and then I got into stretch therapy, and then massage therapy came years later, many years later. Massage therapy is not my first modality that I learned. I learned mostly everything through school with exercise science, stretch therapy, and personal training. I learned mostly everything through that. Massage therapy just added more tools to my tool belt. Okay. Stress therapist, that's that's what's up. I see a stress therapist in the house. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing what you do. All right, so we're going to get into the science, the scientific foundation. Mm-hmm. Just a minute. All right. The scientific foundations, understanding the body's response to therapeutic elongation. So, before we lay our hands on a client or perform a movement assessment, we have to understand why. Why are we even doing what we're doing when we get somebody on the table? Why? Stress therapy isn't just about making people flexible, it's about changing how the nervous system communicates with the musculoskeletal system. So let's look at the actual science behind therapeutic elongation. Okay. There we go. So when a client says, my hamstrings are tight, a traditional trainer stretches the hamstrings, right? So let's say you're a personal trainer, your client comes in, oh, my hamstring's really tight. I don't think I can do deadlifts today. A traditional trainer or a traditional stretch therapist will just focus on the hamstring, stretch it out, and hope for the best. As advanced practitioners, we look way deeper than just the hamstrings. We look at structural mechanics. We aren't just stretching a muscle belly, we are managing the relationship between muscles, tendons, and joint capsules. Second, we must use systems thinking. The body operates in a continuous kinetic chain. A limitation in the ankle or foot can completely alter force transmission, causing the lumbar spine to lock up as a protective mechanism. If you only treat the lower back, you miss the root cause. We treat the system, not just the symptom. A lot of times when people are feeling tight, when people are feeling chronic pain, that is just a symptom of what is going on within the whole system. Okay, so we have to learn how to look within the system to figure out what is going on so that we can treat our clients long term. So let's test your clinical instincts. When a client complains of chronic lower back tightness, what is the first area of the body you usually look at to treat as a practitioner? So go ahead in the chat, put in your answer. What is the first what is the first place that you're going to look into as a practitioner or as someone getting into body work? What is the first thing you're going to look into for someone who is complaining about chronic lower back pain? What's the first area? Some people are saying the hips. Okay. You can look into the hips. Some people are saying just the lower back, or the QL muscle. It's not the only muscle of the lower back. Why the hips? Why the QL muscle? Put in the chat, what would you treat for chronic lower, what would you look into treating for chronic lower back pain? What would be your course of action? What would be your course of action into treating lower back pain? I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. All right. And I see people saying the ankles and the feet. Oh, we have some advanced people in here. Cool. All right. Those are all great answers, you guys. All great answers. And I will agree with mostly all of them. I would start in the hips and then work my way out, but I will also focus on the whole system, which are the shoulders, the feet, the ankles, the quads, the hamstrings. I will look into all of that. So this brings us to the real secret weapon of our modality, which is stretch therapy. Fascia. Fascia is the continuous three-dimensional web of connective tissue that wraps around every muscle, fiber, organ, and nerve. You can't separate it from anything. It is an interconnected web that holds everything together. It communicates. It cannot be neurologically heightened or trained. You cannot train fascia. If you train fascia, you're training muscle. Like it is not separate. It is within. Okay. But you also have to be aware of how fascia works. Traditional stretching completely ignores this, but with fascial stretch therapy, also known as FST, principles, we focus on decompressing the joint capsule and stretching the entire fascial line. So, anybody is familiar with fascial lines, meridian lines, it is real. We're not saying that within these fascial lines, you're only just stretching fascia, but the fascial lines is what connects one part of the body to the other part of the body. And understanding that is going to help you through your stretch therapy career. Okay. So when you release fascial restrictions, you don't just increase range of motion, you drastically improve circulation, acceleration recovery, and completely downregulate an overactive nervous system. So fascia helps downregulate the nervous system, an overactive nervous system. When you focus on the fascia, you focus on the muscles, you focus on the tendons, you focus on the joint capsules, you focus on everything. Okay? This is what sets a specialized stretch therapist apart from a standard protocol stretch therapist. Someone who really understands how the body works. So, give me a quick yes or no in the chat. Have you ever taken a formal course specifically on the fascial system, or is this relatively new to your practice? Let's see in the chat. What am I going to get? This is new. Okay, this is going to be new for you. Cool. All right, you've been studying somebody said that I've been studying fascia for a minute, but never really implemented it into my practice. Cool. Well, welcome. It's not complicated. It does not have to be complicated. Just know that it works with the rest of our body. It is an interconnected web. It is a transmitter, right? It does not respond to neurological responses. That's why you can't train it individually like muscles. But when you train and you stretch muscles correctly and you engage certain muscles, the fascia is going to follow suit. That is what a lot of people kind of don't understand what's going on with fascia. All right. So next. Right. So throughout my years of therapy work, it has come up to me some shared frustrations. All right. And the most common frustrations from therapists, from practitioners that I speak to on a day-to-day basis is how can I integrate stretch therapy with personal training, massage therapy, physical therapy, yoga, Pilates, et cetera, et cetera. How can I integrate stretch therapy within what I'm already doing? How do I keep clients coming back on a consistent basis? That is very important. Client retention is one of the most important things when it comes to building your book of business. Also, they asked me, how can I create a proper treatment plan? So if you want to keep clients on board, you have to learn how to create a proper treatment plan so that people can trust you as a health care provider. If you're not running your practice like as if you are a healthcare provider, your clientele may or may not stay. For massage therapists, your clientele are going to stay if you help them feel better. But do you keep documentation? Do you create a treatment plan if needed? If you're more than just a wellness massage therapist, are you creating treatment plans? Also, I have people ask, how can I treat with intention? Instead of rub and dubbing, fluff and buffing, how can I actually treat my client with some type of chronic dysfunction with intention? Every single thing that you do with that client, it is intentional. That is also a question that I get asked all the time. And also, how can I grow my business? If you're feeling stuck at making a certain amount per month, you like, I'm tired of being at zero at the end of the month. How can I keep growing? You are in the right place. Stay tuned. Okay. All right. So getting into therapeutic techniques. As a professional stretch therapist, you don't just use one style of stretching. Your toolkit will include an array of different types of stretches. So within stretch therapy, our toolkit will be PNF stretching, flow stretching, which I like to do for my wellness clients. It's not always push and pull and them always working. Just a flow stretch is really good too. But PNF, which is known for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, and it's when we're using contract relax methods to override the body's natural stretch reflex. We also use AIS, also known as active isolated stretching. And AIS is just pretty much using brief, targeted stretches to pump blood into tissues without triggering a protective contraction, right? AIS. Do I use it? Mainly on people recovering from injuries, especially any type of joint or tendon, ligament injuries. I will use AIS. So I do not use it all the time, but there are times where I use it. Traction and decompression is very important within stretch therapy. And that is creating a literal space in the joint capsule so synovial fluid can lubricate the joint. So decompressing the spine, decompressing the knee, the ankles, the toes, the fingers, the wrists, the shoulders, even our necks, thoracic. Decompression and traction can help put synovial fluid or pretty much help synovial fluid lubricate those joints. There's joints all throughout our bodies. So we use traction and decompression. We also use myofascial release. So it helps melt away sticky adhesions in the tissue layers. Myofascia. I don't use a lot of thumbs. I might use my knuckles, a soft fist, elbow, forearm during stretch therapy sessions. Okay. And then we also do resisted stretching which is, other than PNF stretching, is the second most common thing that I do with my clients. And I use resisted stretching for strengthening, especially when people have injured tendons. So tendons rehab faster under a load. So resistive stretching is really good for tendon recovery. So learning when and how to blend these techniques is what turns this into a highly profitable career level skill. You'll be able to either add stretch therapy as a separate modality onto your menu of specialties that you do, or you can just do stretch therapy as, your thing, your main thing that you do. So in the comments, let's flood these comments. A yes or no in the chat. Have you ever taken a formal course? Oh, sorry. I already said that. Sorry. But in the comments, let me know if you have any questions about PNF stretching, AIS, traction decompression, or are you already doing these things in your practice today? Are you doing resisted stretching in your practice right now? Are you doing myofascial release in your practice right now? Are you doing traction and decompression in your practice right now? Are you doing AIS in your practice? Did you even know what AIS was before you got onto this webinar today? Are you doing PNF stretching in your practice right now? Or any type of flow stretching? Are you doing that in your practice? Put it in the chat. I'm going to put in, I do all. All right, so I have some people saying in the other chat, I'm on another chat, y'all. So I have some people saying, okay, never knew what AIS was before we started. That's fine. Some people say I use a little bit of PNF stretching. We have Jessica. She says that she does a little bit of stretching, but not to that extent, and never really understood how stretching can benefit overall, and that's fine. Stretching it's been around for a long time, but it has not been in the main forefront for many, many years until now, until the past 10 years. That's fine. All right. So speaking of that, for those of you who are looking at this as a career path or an add-on to your current practice, look at these market trends. This is actual market trends. The fitness and wellness industry has shifted dramatically. People are no longer just asking how hard can I work out. They are asking how well can I recover from my workouts, from just day-to-day life activities. How well can I recover? People want to feel good after they've done something strenuous, whether it's in the gym, outside with their family. They want to feel good. They're also asking, how well can I recover? The demand of specialized recovery and mobility specialists is skyrocketing, you guys. People are searching for you. They are searching for me. They're searching for people who know their stuff. And people are asking questions. My clients ask me questions. They keep me on my toes all the time. So offering stretch therapy allows you to position yourself as a premium specialist, command higher hourly rates, and significantly reduce the physical toll on your body. I'll tell you this right now, when I am doing deep tissue work in massage practice, that's more taxing. Like Swedish massage is more taxing than stretch therapy. Believe it or not. It's a lot of movement in deep tissue and Swedish massage and a lot of thumb and elbow work. But stretch therapy allows us to get deep without having to put a lot of energy into it. Okay? All right, so the art of assessment. So as we segue from, yes, I want to learn stretch therapy. I want to get into this. I want to save my hands. That's why I love it so much, because it saves my hands from massage therapy. I do massage therapy also, but because I do both as standalone sessions, I'm able to save my hands. So as we segue from that, we're going to get into the art of assessment. Assessment is where we start. Once we understand how to assess, then we will understand how to put that into action through stretch therapy. Okay. Now that you understand the underlying science and the tools, we have to talk about implementation. So how do you know where to start stretching a client? You assess. You cannot fix what you do not measure. This is the bridge to our live practical lessons that we're going to be doing for the month of July. Okay? Our first diagnostic tool is static posture analysis. So before a client moves, we map their structure. Before a client moves, we map their structure, you guys. Okay? So we look for pelvic tilts, shoulder elevation, and forward head posture. These static alignments tell us exactly which fascial lines are short and tight and which ones are long and weak. We'll dive so much more into that, excuse me, in our first live lesson, all right? That's what we're going to dive into, posture and gait. So, understanding posture analysis is that we're looking for pelvic tilt, shoulder elevations, forehead posture, anything within the kinetic chain that could be causing some type of dysfunction in the body. Plain and simple, okay? Then we're going to get into gait analysis. So static posture is only half of the story. We live in motion. That's why we use gait analysis. So walking is a complex sequence of forces passing through the entire kinetic chain. Walking. I usually don't let my clients know that I am doing a gait analysis on them, because most likely they're going to change their gait. They're going to change the way they walk, and then I won't have a proper reading on pretty much their body mechanics when they're moving and walking. So by watching a client's gait cycle from heel strike to toe off, we can see exactly where they are leaking energy, losing balance, or even overcompensating. Okay, so if their hip doesn't really extend properly when they walk, their lower back has to do extra work. Gait analysis tells us exactly which deep fascial lines need to be targeted during your stretch assessment or stretch treatment. All right. And then next, so those two, the posture and the gait, will be together on our next premium live lesson that you can buy into. All right, we're just going to break everything down, how to look into every single thing and how to interpret it for your treatment plan. Next will be your squat analysis. It's not on here. I'm sorry, you guys. So just hang tight. After we assess the gait, after we assess their posture, which is going to be in less than 5 minutes. Once you get the hang of it, this is less than 5 minutes of the session that you're going to have with your clients. We're going to move into overhead or modified squat analysis. So this is one of the most powerful diagnostic tools as a practitioner. The overhead squat assessment, if the gait analysis shows us how a client moves through space, the overhead squat shows us how they manage their own structure against gravity. We look at this as a window into the kinetic chain. Okay, so when we have a client perform this, we aren't just looking for strength, we are looking for an energy leap. For example, if their arms fall forward, if we know we likely have a thoracic extension issue or an overactive lats. If the heels lift up while they squat, I've seen this so many times. If the heels lift up, we immediately will know that the ankle joint capsule is restricted. This one movement can tell us exactly where we need to apply our stretch therapy protocols. So it's going to pretty much put everything into a folder when it comes to your posture and your gait. If you're like, I really don't see anything, that squat is going to show everything. The squat is going to show everything. If it doesn't show in the gait, if it doesn't show in the posture, it's going to show in the squat, especially the overhead squat. If they are not able to put their arms overhead because of some type of shoulder dysfunction or maybe back pain, they just cannot keep their arms overhead, then have them bring it right here, and you still be able to assess your client by just modifying the squat. Okay, so I want everyone to look closely at the image on the right. If this was your client and you notice their knees caving inward, what we call knee valgus, as they reach the bottom of their squat, which area of the body would you prioritize for a stretch therapy release first? Put it in the chat. What would be the first thing you will prioritize for your stretch therapy treatment if their knees cave in? Sorry, you don't have an image. I'm so sorry. So let's say you're assessing someone and they're doing a squat, and then their knees start to cave in as they squat. What will be your course of action? Put it in the comments. What will be your course of actions? Okay. I know you're typing, so I'll give you some time to answer. Okay, some people saying the ankles. Okay. I'm also going to put in the chat with you guys, okay? First thing I'll go for. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to have you read it. Especially this. But so I said, and a lot of other people are saying the hips, the ankles, the adductors. Cool. Why? Why? If the knees are caving in, why not the knees? You got to think of everything that connects to the knees. First, what is the main muscle that is weak? If the knees are caving in, that means something is weak. Something is not holding those knees stable enough. That's what you should be thinking, right? The glutes, yeah. Gluteus medius. The glutes, anything that abducts the hips, any muscle. So that's pretty much what the muscles that attach to the greater trochanter. If all this language is a different language to you, then this is a good place to start. This is a good place to start. That's okay. So, where were we? Let's see. Thank you for staying put, everybody. So, a lot of people say they will prioritize the hips, the ankles. The glutes are going to be underactive. So that means within the treatment, we want to activate the glutes, right? Is it the inner thighs or the lateral glutes that's tight? So we already said the glutes are going to be underactive. So that means the adductors are going to be tight. So if you're thinking about starting with the hips, you are on the right track. You're on the right track. Okay. So to the slide that we're on right now, your path to mastery. This is how you're going to pretty much understand how to put everything together and how to go about a treatment plan in stretch therapy. So if you're already doing stretch therapy, if you're already in some type of manual therapy practice, you want to put an assessment for all of your clients. At least their first session should be an assessment. If you want to learn how to do it properly and how to go about it, this is how, within these next month or so, this is how we're going to get to that level of mastery. To truly master this, you have to build a successful, to truly master this and build a successful practice, you need a step-by-step system. Today, you completed step 1. Congratulations. You got through it, which is the foundations. Okay. Next, we're going to move to step 2, which is going to be on the 7th of July. This live lesson 1, we will be doing a practical, real-time deep dive into postural and gait analysis. That means, first of all, we're going to have a party. We're going to enjoy ourselves. It's not going to be a lecture like today. And I want more interactions during this live lesson. I want a lot of questions during this live lessons. This will be a good time to ask me as many questions as possible. Okay. And then for step 3 is our second live lesson, where we will go over squat assessments. Okay. So we'll go over squat assessment, how to use that squat assessment and put it into functional stretch therapy session. Okay. And how to tie everything together: gait, posture, squat, what documents you want to document everything. So I will give you documentation examples that you can use on your own, put your own branding on there. You have to get onto these live lessons. These live lessons is what going to take you to the next level. What we talked about today is just a sugar coat on everything that we need to learn to go forward to becoming a master at assessing our clients. So you'll get documentation that you need to fill out, and then you'll get a better understanding on assessment and treatment protocol. So this systematic approach is what leads to full clinical mastery and highly respected certification. If you want to be respected as a healthcare provider, you should be doing some type of assessment before laying your hands on anybody. Thank you. I got a barista. I got a barista. I feel so special. I do. Y'all gotta get y'all one of these. I gotta get y'all one of these. All right. Oh, there's the overhead. Oh, it was out of order. There's the overhead squat assessment. So just in case y'all want to know what that slide looked like. All right. All right, getting ready. Are you ready for these live sessions that we're going to be doing for July? I am so excited because this is what's going to take a lecture. Everybody lectures all day long. Everybody talk all day long on social media and on these webinars, but they do not put nothing into action. We're going to put everything into action. Okay? We're going to put everything into action. You're ready? All right now. Put in the chat if you're ready. Are you ready for the live lessons for July? Who is ready?
They're not ready.
They're not ready. They're not ready. I am. I'm ready. If you made it this far, I'm going to make it easier for you to be ready. If you made it this far through the webinar, I'm going to make it so easy for you. I want to give a gift. I'm feeling gracious. I am. So to truly master this and to build successful practice, you need a step-by-step system. All right. So you're going to join us for the assessment breakdowns where we turn theory into practice. So our next session, July 7th, is going to be on posture and gait analysis. Where we're going to have this lesson is not going to be on the free webinar. It's going to be on our premium stream. So that means when you click on live lessons in the menu, it's going to take you to our live lessons premium stream. It's not going to take you straight to the premium stream because you need a password. Well, Lisa, how do I get this password? Good question. Anybody want the password? I'm waiting. Yes. Okay. I know you do. I know you do. Me, I'm ready. Okay. Cool. If you want the password, listen so close. You have to RSVP to the event above so I can have your email, your name, and how to contact you. I will send you a discount code to our premium live stream. This will give you 50% off for the live stream. That means you do not have to pay the full price to get into the premium live stream. Okay? Well, how much is 50% off? How much is the live stream? You guys, the live stream is only $10. So if I give you 50% off, that means that live stream is only going to be $5 for you. Only $5. Where you're going to get hundreds of dollars worth of education within this live stream. Hundreds of dollars. Educators are charging hundreds of dollars for just these simple assessment breakdowns of gait, posture, and squat. And I'm giving to you for $5. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that. Now, if you can, do it. Do it. But if you're looking to master how to look at the body and how to make it make sense and transfer over to the treatment table, whatever you do, this is what you want to tune into. So remember, July 7th, starting at 6 p.m. I think we're going to run until we can't run no more. So however long it's going to take us to get through the gait and posture analysis, that's how long it's going to be. But no more than an hour, most likely. No more than an hour. At 6 p.m., July 7th, that's a Tuesday. 6 p.m. July 7th on a Tuesday, we will start our premium live stream. If you attended today's webinar, put in the chat, I want the discount. I want the gift. Let's put, I want the gift. Put in the chat, I want the gift. Oh, that dirty chai is so good. I want the gift. I want the gift too. Shoot. About to burn your mouth. I want the gift. And then, okay, you guys, I see you. So I will send that to you in the next 48 hours. You will get the password to the premium live. I'm sorry. You will not only get the password, but you will get the discount code to make that premium live, only $5. And then you'll be sent the password to the premium live. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Stay tuned. Follow me on IG, Facebook, the Healing Room Academy for all updates for the next live lesson. And I will see you there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.